let's go ahead and dive in. So we're minus Tegwin. We're gonna move him to the back lines, and Arian Wynn is gonna step up to fill the right flank on your guys' group as you attack. Just setting the scene a little bit more. So there's going to be some interesting scenarios that are happening here. Because if you remember, we left off in the middle of the battle. It's been a few weeks, so it might take some brain power to get this all down. But we left in the middle of the battle. We left with Kian's group on the wall. So all of you managed to get up successfully onto the wall, and Corin put himself in with
the battering ram.
Battering ram, yep.
Which made it through the doors just as we ended.
It did.
I am the battering ram.
And we're gonna give you a different unit, because I think you're in with House Griff now. So you went to Gryffindor. No, you went to
House Gryffindor.
When really all he wants to do is slither in.
Yep.
Hey,
oh my god.
You know, I'm gonna change that.
There
actually.
it is.
You guys are the middle. You're the middle unit. Like you're the middle company or whatever the hell that's called. Hold on, it's over here. You're the middle division. So, or battalion, whatever the hell. You get my point. You are the middle. So it would make sense that the middle would be crashing through the door, right? So we'll leave Dave in the blue. All of you have a very interesting set of choices because you vanquished your enemies. So you have to figure out what you want to do now as we continue with the battle. And we're going to go into battle music as we look at this option. Let me just pull up the option for you. Because whenever you vanquish a unit, you have kind of like a interim where you can choose kind of how you want to respond to that. Let me just pull that up.
I propose we prop Tegwin's body in front of us and just push along the bulwarks.
There you go.
Seconded.
Let's get to this. You know what the worst part is? I closed out like I was reading it just before the game started, then I closed out that window. So then I have to search it, and I have like the right page up, but I don't have the text that I was reading out earlier. Okay, here we go. When a unit, company, or division is broken, which is kind of what happened with you all breaching the door and getting on the walls. The corresponding reserve will usually take one battle round to move up. During this time, the victor may A. Keep moving forward and attack the incoming reserve immediately. B. Prepare for a lance charge next round, which is something obviously only Dave can do, right? Because the rest of you aren't on horse. Or C. Take advantage of the gap and flank the neighboring unit. This is kind of like a high risk, high reward maneuver. For one round, you get a +10 to maneuver roll, but if you fail to break the enemy unit that time, next round, the incoming reserve will counterflank you, and you'll get a -10. So it's kind of like, and then 4 is you can do like the very prudent thing and await the incoming reserve. And you gotta kind of decide this as a unit. This isn't really like an independent actions thing.
Yeah.
Dave can decide his independently, but I think Gwen and Kian need to decide theirs together. Do you want me to list those results? Here, I'll take a screen cap of it so we can easily read it through. Take a screen cap and then post it.
But was I in the same position where I wiped my unit as well? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep. That didn't work. Let's try this. I don't know if this will be readable. We'll see. We shall see when I make it all big and stuff. So let's put this here temporarily. So these are the options you get to do. Keep moving forward and attack the incoming reserve immediately. Prepare for a lance charge. Or take advantage of the gap and flank the neighboring unit.
Well, Paulie.
Or await the incoming reserve, which would be like the most prudent thing to do.
I think, based on who we are as people, now that we're up on the like battlements, I think we would move forward and attack the incoming reserve on the battlements that are coming in. Just keep clearing house.
Okay. Okay, so just to prepare, like that's kind of the middle ground one, right?
No, that's the first one.
No, I mean it's middle in the sense of like it's not reckless, it's not prudent.
Oh, so, yeah.
Okay. So everyone's good with not like getting first aid or dealing with a captured prisoner. You're just gonna kind of keep moving forward, keep the momentum going, but not recklessly. Okay. Yeah. And then, what about Corin? Is Corin gonna join the charge?
So, am I alone then?
You would have a unit, right? But no one named. They're NPCs.
Right. Okay. And so the guys are up on the battlement. I'm kind of down, coming through the front gate.
Yeah.
And where are the middle guys? So Howlin and Mad Dog and Darren, are they?
I think we said they went up on the wall as well.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. I will. So the readying for a lance charge, like what's the? I guess I have a spear. Like what's the benefit or the bonus for that?
You're rolling your horsemanship for damage, and you're testing your spear. You also get your like +5 mounted bonus. It basically it's glory. It's extra glory. It's being part of the first charge effectively. Is always worth extra glory. It's high risk, high reward though.
Okay, because so that's kind of the reckless thing, sort of like you're getting right in there.
Yeah, you're getting right in there. Yeah, the first charge usually happens at the very beginning of a battle, but because this is a siege, couldn't exactly first charge them until the gate was open.
Yeah. Okay. I think Corin's a little more toward the self-preservation side of things. So maybe the same kind of advance like the other guys are doing.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Kind of moving forward, but still a bit wary because there could be more guys on the wall or archers or whatever kind of thing. You don't necessarily know what you're rolling into. So.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so with that in mind, move Tegwin aside. I think in the case of Arian Wynn, she's always gonna. Well, she's an NPC, so we don't have to worry about that. You guys have to decide whether you're fighting bold, orderly, or hesitant. All three of you.
Well, Flint.
Bold.
Actually, technically, before you guys decide that, you can make your maneuver roll now. This is Paul making his battle roll, I believe. And we're not taking advantage of the gap or anything, so I think it's just a straight battle roll or maneuver roll this time. So you're rolling battle. Oh, is that your roll right now? Or is that from last game?
That was me.
Okay, perfect. In that case, you guys succeeded, so we're going to come down to this chart. And we're going to take the unit, and we're going to put you at success for now. And then we'll start counting your ticks to see where you land. Okay. So I heard bold for Ian, bold for Gwyn.
Yep.
And Corin, what about you? Orderly?
So bold, yeah, bold is like the 2-on-1 kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go. Orderly was the middle ground.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I have to survive to tell the tale, so
Okay.
if I don't, it never happens. So
That's fair. Okay, so with that in mind, we will go to consult the charts. Let me just pull that open here. You guys are making a lot of headway. Like, the siege is going pretty well so far. You had like a lot of annoying arrows and stuff, but I checked your health out at the beginning of the game. I've seen worse. You guys are doing pretty well.
Tegwin did a good job of soaking up most of them for us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
thank
That he did.
goodness.
Arrow magnet, that guy.
He's been training his whole life for this. All those extra bowls of stew.
Yep.
It's like, I'm ready.
It's, okay.
It's like a Friar Tuck damage soak.
Yeah.
That's 100% what it is. Just pulling up the right page here. Okay. So just a note for you guys. Your now that you've breached the wall and you've kind of dealt with the immediate defenses, your unit that you're facing is the primary unit now has moved to kind of intercept you because you were the first to breach the wall. So go ahead and go on your sheet and add a plus 50 glory each for breaching the wall.
Nice.
Or in case of Dave breaching the
50.
door.
Okay, glory. Oh,
So
glory.
we put that into this game slot.
This
Yeah.
game.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I'll show you guys something cool. After we do the next winter phase, there's like a different tab in the sheet where you can break down literally every glory gained if you wanted, so you can see the history of your character. So we might start tracking that like next session, or next year, like where it's like in this year I did these things. Like, might be a cool way of keeping track. So I didn't know it existed. Someone pointed it out to me recently on that sheet. So no ticks yet for anyone. This is a fresh unit on all sides. And we should probably do that. All right, I need D20 rolls from all of you.
$19.
19, 8, and 18. Okay. Okay. Okay, you're fighting someone, like, as you get into these ranks, you start to realize these are, these guys are a little more, like, more your match than what you're, when you're fighting archers and footmen and stuff,
Right.
It's one thing. Now you're fighting battle-trained Romans, right? So, little more skilled. we're gonna go, so 19. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, guys. I'm just wrapping my head around this here. Okay. And then Corin got an 18. Okay, and then now that I think about it, Gwyn and Kian, I need another D20 from the two of you.
Do-do-do-do-do.
12 and 11. 12. Foot soldier. And 11. Archer. I don't think the archer can fire at you, Paul. That's actually really good. You've got an ability to get in on him and fuck him up before he can do any damage. Flint's definitely in the worst scenario out of the three. You can tell that you've got a Roman soldier in front of you. He's like a significant face. He's a bit more like poor in quality armor, so his armor's a little less, but he has a shield and he's very skilled. Corin also has a skilled opponent. So we shall see how this goes. It's definitely a lot more. Feel free to call on your passions. Your passions will refresh as you go over the wall, just because I think it's going to be necessary, and I'm gonna allow it. So,
Like, it may save your life, so
yeah.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. So we'll start. This is a reminder for Gwyn and Kian. You guys are gonna have to split potentially for your opponents. We'll start with Gwyn or Kian actually. Start with Kian because you got an archer that you may choose to attack or not attack. He's gonna come at you with a dagger, not his bow, because he kind of doesn't have the room to fire up here. Not while you're up here. And then you've got a Roman soldier with a sword. Gladius.
I'm gonna put everything on the Roman soldier for now.
Roman soldier for now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay, you can go ahead and make your roll fall then in that case. If you want to impassion yourself, you're welcome to.
Yeah, I'm going with family love.
Love that family.
Me and Gwyn up here on the wall.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. I do love that part about your guys' game so far, being from the same house. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like it.
Okay, go ahead and test your passion. Let's see if you succeed.
It's +5, right?
Well, you got to test it first.
You got to see if you're successful.
Yeah, you got to roll it first to see if you're successful. And then if you are... Yep, you are. So, +5. Hey, look at that.
There we
That's
go.
good. Okay, so now incoming opponents. Oof. So good news is the ordinary Roman soldier you beat, but he succeeds, so he'll get to apply his shield to reduce his damage that he's taking. Meanwhile, the archer does apparently get you with a dagger. So
With the wee little dagger.
They
so
fit nicely in between those armor plates.
you have 7 armor, right?
I have to find it.
I think it's bottom left if I remember correctly.
Cornovii type armor type.
Yeah, 7 armor.
7.
Yeah.
Okay, so 7. You don't get to apply your shield because you didn't put anything against it, so you take 5 damage. It's a pretty good. Like you got
Not a bad poke.
sucker punch with the dagger. Yeah, so got poked on the side as you were focusing down on the Roman soldier.
Yeah.
Okay, give me your damage on the Roman soldier.
Come on, Polly. Yes.
Nice.
So it's very clear that you just like crunch into that guy, nice and thematically. I think he falls. You are left with unfortunately 0 ticks because the archer succeeded.
Got
too,
me. Yep.
which was really poor odds of him succeeding. It's just Bob's been rolling.
It was a gamble
rough
I took.
against you guys. Yeah. Yep. Could have paid off and like huge. Okay, so we're gonna go to Gwyn next. Gwyn, you're probably in the toughest point because you've got a very skilled Roman soldier and a foot soldier beside him.
Love
face
it.
off. Do you want to split or do you want to just go in on the Roman soldier? The value of splitting is if you succeed at the split, you get to apply your shield if you succeed. You know what I mean? Where kind of what happened. So if Paul got to apply his shield there, he would have taken like 1 damage rather than 5. Or no, 0 damage. We're taking 0 damage.
See, my instinct is to say no, that I just want to go full bore against the Roman soldier. But I also don't want to die.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can see the
Dilemma in front of you. Yeah.
the dilemma I'm in, yeah. Well, first I'm going to test with family, just like Paul did, because like we're together on the wall. So let me test that first.
Yeah, please do.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Excellent.
So fumble, I can't remember if a fumble might be something bad. And this could be really interesting. A fumble with a... Okay, so you're not going to have this right away, but give me a D6 roll, Clint. Okay, so for 7 days, you're going to go into melancholy after this event plays out.
Oh, okay.
You lose 1 point of that passion permanently.
Oh, so my family goes down to 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll try to explain that maybe through. We'll see what the rest of the events are for this fight. But I don't think we're gonna have you run off the battlefield. I think it's dumb. So
I hope not.
go to my flying place. Yeah, yeah. It
I
can
can't
be
believe
interesting
it.
in certain
What? I don't know
scenarios.
yet.
Yeah, right. People do it in different
Okay.
ways, but
So I fumble, so I don't get my +5.
In fact, you get a -5.
Perfect. Well, then fuck it. I'm just gonna go all in on the Roman soldier then.
Okay.
Maybe he dies here.
Actually, sorry. Don't put the -5 yet. That'll count after this round, so it doesn't count on the round where it's taking place.
All right. So just sword now, straight sword against this guy.
Yep.
And no modifier, Bob. I can put it at -5 in.
No modifier this round. It takes place next round.
Perfect.
Oh,
failed.
Boy. Oh boy.
Perfect.
Yep. Perfect.
I mean, that might explain something.
Yeah, I'm seeing why you're going to be melancholy after this. I don't know.
But the melancholy specifically around my family passion.
Yes.
I just watched King take down the Roman soldier, and it was so fast and easy, and then I didn't do it.
And I fumble
He even took a dagger to the gut, and he still
to
did.
the gut, and I still did nothing.
Oh no. Okay. Let's see here.
This could be it.
That's not something you like to hear.
No.
Tegwin reels up from nowhere.
Reels up.
Okay.
If it happens, it happens, Bob. Lay it on me.
Yeah.
This could be it. Goodbye, everyone.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see what the.
I have another brother.
And what was it? 14 for that guy. Oh my. Okay. Okay, so we got to reduce armor on those. So 14 -7 and
7 and
13
6.
-7. Where does that put you?
13.
Plus what did you take before?
I have now 25 wounds.
Ooh, okay.
I think I might be dead.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Now, what is your major wound? Is that all in one shot? That's when you get a major wound, or is that cumulative?
That's so your major wound. I'm just looking at it according to the sheet and how that plays out.
Oh yeah, I'm dead, Bob. Like I'm dead because my total hit points are 24.
And you took
so
what?
that puts me 1 over.
Oh, 1 over is not bad. One successful first aid roll can save you. So.
All right.
Yeah. 7 or 8 over, 25 over. That's bad.
Right. Okay.
There's no first aid roll on the earth that can do that for you. But 1 over is that you are, however, down.
Yeah.
You're down in, I think it's unconscious. Unconscious at that point. We're gonna have
unconscious. Unconscious is 6 beside it, whatever that means.
Yeah, it means when you get 6 health or below, like when you only have 6 remaining or below.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you fall unconscious before you die typically in this game, like, you know what I mean? But if it all happens at once, it's like you're more likely to drop and start bleeding out than you are to die right away in this.
Fair.
Okay, so we're gonna red XU. It's not good. It's bad for the unit. We have Aryan Win. She gets to act here. So we're just going to resolve hers because it's going to tell us whether or not your unit is routed or not. Or like what the condition is. And she had a +1, but I think she loses that because of like she's going in with you guys. Oh no. All right.
She failed too.
Yeah. We're at 2 ticks. Minus 2 ticks. Okay. So that means that with a success, minus 2 ticks is a disaster.
Of course.
So I think what that means is for your unit, you're going to be routed, and I think Kian, you're going to have to like make some tough calls here. We'll put a pause on that, but we'll continue it in a moment. We're gonna put Arian Win is out as well.
Arian Win is out too. God grief.
You know what? I don't know if she'd be out actually, because she hasn't taken anything yet. Like she was behind you guys for a lot of the fighting, so I think she's down to she can take like one more fail and she's out. So she's really hurt, but not as bad as Gwyn. Gwyn's actually like going to die if he doesn't receive medical attention. We're gonna go over to Corin. Corin.
Alrighty.
All right. Are you impassioning yourself, good sir, for this?
Yeah, I will.
Right.
I guess I wouldn't see any of this, eh? What happened to them?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
No.
I'm gonna do. Love family because I a lot of our family is all involved in this, and I want to kind of reunite once we kind of get into the inner courtyards and stuff. And all right, so I click on that and I submit that. Okay, so I got that.
Okay.
And now I roll my spear, or
with the +5. Yep.
with right. Okay, spear. Come on.
All right, that's good.
Ooh.
Good enough. Good enough to beat him.
Excellent.
He rolled high, but not as high as you. So you'll earn yourself 1 tick, and then I'm just gonna check out your allies here on the left and right flank. Okay, one's doing great and one's doing well. So you guys are probably at like, we're gonna give you 2 ticks for that. So disaster for 1 unit, and then for Dave, we're gonna put you at 2 ticks with a normal success victory. So you're succeeding at continuing to push forward. We're gonna go to Kian now. Are you ordering a fallback? Like, are you going to try and pull Gwyn out of there? And do you have the ability to give him first aid, Paul? What's your first aid?
First aid's at 10.
And you're impassioned with
family.
Family?
Yeah.
Don't do it.
What I want to do is try to call my other family members to us.
Mad Dog, Halwyn, and Darren?
Mad Dog, Halwyn, and Darren, yeah.
Yep.
So, like, call out, brothers, family, to me!
Okay. Why don't we start the next round then with a unit maneuver roll? So this is testing your battle again, just to see, because this is like maneuvering, right? How well are you able to reconsider for this round? Battle 10. Okay. So that is maneuvered well. So yeah, they respond by getting there.
Awesome.
Now, what's your intention from here?
My intention is to try and kind of take a second to do some first aid on Gwyn.
Okay. All right. So we'll say that Mad Dog and Halwyn have to fight to your defenses.
Yeah.
And then Darren's gonna. Actually, Darren and Mad Dog are probably gonna fight to your defenses, and Halwyn's gonna try and fend off, the guy who was on Gwyn.
Yeah.
Tegwyn, will kind of ready to move into Gwyn's spot. And then Flint, I think we're gonna give you Aryan win for this combat. You cool with that?
Yep, sure.
You want to roll that? Okay. Just so you're not doing nothing while we resolve these points.
Yep.
Paul, why don't we start with you? Why don't you give me a first aid? Okay.
Got it.
Nice.
All right. So roll a d3.
How do you type that out again? Because it only has a D4 on the drop down thing.
Let's roll a d6.
Yeah, you can roll a d6.
And then and then 1 to 2 is 1 and
Perfect. That's exactly what you needed. You got Flint back to +1 hit points.
Nice.
Woo!
Yeah. So this
He's
is
copying
I
it,
have-
but it's okay.
so I have 23 hit points. 23 wounds.
yeah. So you're still in really bad shape. Like you're probably gonna want to fall back yourself, like into receive first aid. But we'll kind of determine that. I think for now you're in the back, and we're gonna give Aryan Wynn a chance with her sword. I'm just gonna check to see what her skill is. Okay.
Sure.
And sword. So we're gonna give her a 12 plus 1d4, right? She's kind of a new, and then the 1d4 explodes. So if you get a 4, it'll keep exploding. 13, sorry. So
13?
sword isn't. Yeah, we've established her as a
So
really
I'll just-
good rider and a really good spearman, but sword isn't like her
No.
expertise. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. But she probably has love family at like the same levels you guys do. So
Okay.
you can roll it at 15 if you want to, and probably honor at 15 as well.
Okay. Do you want me to do that now?
Only when you.
Oh no,
contest-
we're not ready yet. Yeah.
We're not ready yet. Why don't you roll? You and Dave both gotta give me a d20 for your next opponent. Those are better numbers, friends.
Hooray.
So starting with Flint with an 8. You're fighting a poor Roman soldier, or she is.
Time to mow down some peasants.
Not quite peasants. Not this time. You fought those outside. um, and then Dave, you're fighting a ordinary Roman soldier. But these guys are both not crazy skilled. Like the guys that you guys contested had like 19 and 20 in their skill, so they were really good. These guys do not. So, okay. So with that in mind, we'll reset the ticks. Okay, so we'll start with Aryan Wynn. Your opponent, you're fighting a poor Roman soldier. Do you want to impassion?
Oh yeah, I think watching, someone go down in my family would be
Yeah.
huge.
Okay. Go ahead and just.
Of course.
But that
I'm
doesn't
rolling-
it doesn't have a negative to it. It just means you failed.
No, I know. It just
Yeah.
failed. So maybe she's just overcome. She's not as
Yeah, exactly. She can't get her head
Something
in the
like that.
game, right?
yeah.
Um,
Sure. And her sword's what, 13, Bob?
13.
Yeah, 13.
Correct.
Okay, I'll roll her sword. So I'm just gonna roll mine with a -2.
Sure. Jeez.
This is great, man. I haven't rolled a good roll yet.
No.
Fantastic. I should just lay there, die, be dying on the battlefield, and let somebody else do this.
Well, Kian's gonna get some extra ticks in first aid by the time we're done. That's something, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that is.
So she's taking
Winning through medicine.
Winning through medicine.
Oh.
So she's at 13 wounds right now, Flint, and she's probably got
Holy
like a 24. So she's hurting, but she's not down. But it will let you -1. We're gonna check in on Halwyn, Darren, and Mad Dog. So Mad Dog, Darren, they get one roll because they're 2v1 right now. Okay, they didn't do great, but they're holding even. It's enough to basically they're being conservative and making sure that Kian can do the first aid successfully. And then we're gonna go to Halwyn. Your brother is fighting like a son of a bitch. Halwyn's like
He's like a man possessed.
Yeah, I don't know, turning into Mr. Jon Snow with all his luck lately. Let's go to.
Didn't he take out some guys before too?
Yeah. That's
The
what
guy
I
that
mean.
was like,
Yeah.
And he took out one of the Italian assassins in the ambush earlier.
Yeah.
He's really the star.
Apparently.
He's working his way towards becoming the master at arms.
It sounds like a good secondary character for one of you guys if that happens.
For me.
Yeah.
He takes over the house. He's just like, fuck you guys.
Okay, we're gonna go to Corey.
No, we
now.
want him to live, Flint.
Oh yeah, right. That's right. Good point.
You'd be killing it in D&D.
Oh yeah.
So Dave, you get to do your roll.
Okay. Do I need to re-impassion, or is my passion still?
Yeah. Yes, and it has to be a different passion.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do Loyalty Lord.
Okay.
As I'm trying to represent my my lord here in this NPC unit. All right, that was okay. And now just do my spear with a +5.
Yeah, and with Loyalty Lord being that low, you can tick it. I think you only have a 13 in it, so.
Okay.
Allow you to
Loyalty Lord ticket. Okay. And spear +5.
Oh, by the way, make sure that Valorous is ticked for those that did the bold move there. So Paul and Flint, make sure your Valorous is ticked.
Got it.
Done.
Oh, if I wasn't impassioned, did I just roll a crit? I don't know if that's how that works. Because that was +5. Oh, okay.
You wouldn't have been. You didn't have a 6 skill, right? So.
No. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Got a match if it's right on.
However, you did get a match. Let me just see what this guy has. Is it a sword or a spear? Actually, you guys are probably mounted against each other.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I am mounted. So.
Yeah. Sword or spear? Sword. Okay. So interesting thing happens to you, Dave.
Okay. Good.
This is a mechanic we haven't really played too much with. You're fighting with a spear. He's fighting with a sword. One of the unique conditions of a sword in Pendragon is when it ties, like in other words, you both pass but with the exact same number, so you both roll the 6. The sword breaks the other weapon.
Oh, jeez.
No damage, but you are now without your spear.
Lovely.
You can make a squire test because you probably have someone at your aid that could hand you another spear, right? But we'll get to that in a minute here.
I'm slowly starting to figure out why Gwyn is going to be in melancholy for a couple of days.
All right? Yeah.
I'm getting it now. I'm
Yeah.
just like, this makes a lot of sense.
Right. Gwyn's kind of stirring back, to his feet. I think Kian has to jump back into the action this round,
Yeah.
or else things, because you're like battlefield commanding. But between Darren and Meta going even and Halwyn crushing, I think one of the units on their side falls. It was actually that Roman that took down Gwyn. I think Halwyn gets you vengeance on that guy.
Nice.
He does?
Yeah, he dropped him because he was fighting in the middle flank,
Okay.
guarding you. So
would I see that?
yeah, I
Or would I
think
need
I
to be
think you
told?
watch it at the very end there. Yeah.
Okay.
Could that
Good.
be what the melancholy comes in? Is there jealousy there, maybe, or something like that?
Well, he's not.
He's angry that he
not-
didn't get to avenge himself.
Or yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he's just like I doubt. Like he doesn't. He's not. That's not how I built him. I didn't build him as a super jealous guy. I mean, maybe I'm more. I guess there's not many other things that
I mean,
really
he's not
fit,
super
though.
jealous of a lot of things, but that's one thing he is.
Well, maybe it is. Maybe he just goes like, I didn't
Like
get a
your
chance
pride,
to
your pride
avenge-
is hurt. Maybe it's not jealousy;
avenge
it's more like
myself.
pride.
You know how we test that? Roll proud.
Oh yeah, right. Proud.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
It's
it gets
proud.
you. I think
It gets me.
it's like you love your family too, but it's like you're
Like I couldn't do it. I couldn't
yeah,
do it.
you couldn't do what you wanted to do here. Like you
Yeah.
had better.
I went forward. I was brave in my mind. I was brave and courageous, and it didn't fucking do anything for me.
Exactly.
And I got downed, and then somebody else in my house had to do it. And not only that, it was standing side by side with my brother.
Yeah.
And is this the half brother?
Yep.
Is Halwyn the half brother?
Yeah, this is a
Perfect.
half-brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed of myself now as a player. Fuck's sake. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. That's where it's coming from.
Okay. We're what might be the last kind of round here, before we break from like mass battle. We're gonna see how bad this goes. It might go longer. We'll see. We'll start with the maneuver roll. Let's go back to the maneuver roll, Paul. Having that 20 battle helps a lot. So, maneuvered well again. So we're gonna pull Gwyn off the map. How are Kian, Arian Wynn, and Corin all fighting this time through?
I think at this point, with Gwyn going down, I'm going to be middle of the road now. I'm just trying to get everybody through this.
Okay. Orderly. Is Arian Wynn orderly or bold?
I think the same thing, Bob. I think that she'd be pretty orderly too. She'd be taking her lead from
Kian.
From Kian, yeah, and then just looking around, going like, we can't afford to not be this way. Like this could be bad.
Okay. We'll start with seeing who your opponents are. We'll start with Arian Wynn and Kian. Give me a d20 roll.
4.
4 for Paul.
8 for me.
Okay. I think you had that before, actually. Might be the same
I
guy.
did. That'd be hilarious.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna say it's the same guy. Makes sense. All right, and then Corin, give me your roll.
Okay. 9.
Okay, perfect. All right, getting back into the swing of this thing. Okay, so we'll go left to right again. We'll start with Kian first.
Alrighty. Who am I fighting?
You're fighting a poor Roman soldier.
Poor Roman soldier. Alrighty.
All that means is he's not from a wealthy house. So less armor's a little less. Combat skills a little less.
Not the best success, but success nonetheless.
And he fails. So you deal your damage there, good sir.
Damage is just damage. I don't put the family modifier on there, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay.
15 damage. Okay, it's enough to ring through, especially with his failure. He only has 5 armor, so he's gonna take 10. So he's very wounded. All right, we're gonna go to Arianwind next. Does Arianwind want to impassion herself?
Yeah, she does.
All right, go ahead and do that first.
Let's see if I can do this right. Oh, look
Okay,
at
there you
that. I actually got a success. And then she'll use her sword. So 13 plus 5, that's 18. That's a 3 to me.
Hey, there we go. All right.
And she succeeded.
And he fails.
Nice.
All right. Perfect.
So we're gonna say that she's probably like a 4d6 damage.
Mm.
Love it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do I just roll 46 then, Bob?
Yeah. Okay. So that's enough.
Sweet.
Again, he fails with his shield, so he takes 10 of that. So another grievous wound. So you guys are gonna end up with well, we're gonna roll for Tegwin here.
Oh, Teggy.
Oh, look at that. So Tegwin comes through with a big swing of the what was it, a hammer or mace or whatever that the Chris
Yeah, I think it was a
never
mace.
got to use successfully in the entirety of
That's right. Yeah.
last game. So he critted on top of that. You guys got 4 ticks, so you're gonna end up with a vanquish, a triumph. It's huge.
Nice.
Now we're gonna go to Corin. Corin, you're fighting a poor knight.
I skewer him with my blunt stick.
It's fair.
Or I don't know how the squire roll thing works to try and get another spear.
So just roll a d20 and roll an 18 or under, I think.
Okay. Oops. 11.
You're they're not called squires because you're not called knights, right? But you'd have an aid that would because you're mounted, right? They would ride beside you, ride to your support.
My spear caddy.
Yeah. they give you the next one, and away you go.
Okay.
So go ahead and you got your attack roll now against the poor knight.
Okay. I'm going to impassion myself with honor. Oh, so if I fail the impassion, do I get a -5?
Only if you fumble. It depends on your. Here, I'll show you. It depends on your passion level.
Okay.
So if you look down here, there's a chart based on what your passion level is. So the good thing about unsung or normal passions is you only get bad things if you fumble. If you have exalted passions, you get bad things if you don't succeed. And if you have famous passions, you go into melancholy if you don't succeed. So anything 15 or under is like only a 1 in 20 chance of.
Sounds good. All right, I'm gonna impassion with honor because I was fairly insulted that he took the head off my spear, and I'm gonna try and take this guy on now in one-on-one combat. So.
All right, sounds good.
I poke him with my blunt stick.
No, you get no negative. So now you're fighting with your standard standard spear.
Regular spear. Okay. Spear. There we go. All right.
Well,
He succeeds, but you succeed higher. So
excellent.
Give me your damage roll. Horse damage.
Or did you say horse damage?
Yep.
Okay.
This is the beauty about being in a charge.
Okay, what does my horse damage do? Or what do I have for extra?
Do not have. We don't have you set up, do we? Okay.
I have
No, it just-
I have 46 for damage, but
If you look down on your horses, which are below combat skills,
horse type and stuff.
it says damage, but we don't have anything.
We never flesh that
Oh.
out. You just
Right.
roll a 6d6. So
Ooh.
6. Yeah.
Okay, so
This is the beauty. Like this is where being a good cavalryman can. Now you're not always able to do that, right? But you can rely on like the horse carrying your momentum forward enough to like do crazy damage for a limited amount of time on a battlefield. Bad roll though, but you still hurt him pretty good.
all those ones.
I think he's gonna leave his horse.
Never told me like
Ooh, that was a weird. Getting some feedback here. Okay, so that's another tick. We're gonna check Dave for your 2 allies here.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. You guys end up with 3 ticks.
Nice.
You end up in a triumph as well. I think that's gonna close it. I think you end up surrounding Aeolus, who is the main guy. We can kind of play that out narratively, right? But he ends up pincered between those coming over the wall and those that have routed him by coming around
Through the gate.
Through the gate. So he ends up between you. And when his numbers start to thin and it's left to like him and his personal guards, they issue a surrender, which is a surrender for the whole place because he is the primary leader.
Nice.
Cool. Nice.
It's gonna net you guys some big glory.
Sweet.
never told anybody this before. Like anybody.
Okay. Okay, so that leaves us with the close of the actual battle scene. We'll kind of move into the aftermath of that now. So you've captured Aeolus. Is there anything in particular you want to do? Let's maybe go into more like open narrative play, some role play going.
I'm going to check on Gwyn.
Yeah, where am I, Bob? Am I there? What's the scoop?
Yeah, I don't think they've had a chance to like move you, right? Like for now, you're
probably up against a battlement somewhere.
Yeah, with an honor guard protecting you.
Yeah. Well, brother, a victory after all.
I
seemed touch and go there for a moment. Perhaps we bit off more than we could chew, as we do sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, it was strange. I thought that might be it for me.
Well, luckily there'll be more battles to be fought, I'm sure. A victorious battle is one where you end up on the right side of the ground.
He'll just nod.
Don't take it too hard.
I'll try.
I'm proud of you. You got up on top of that battlement faster than I did. You and Tegwin.
I appreciate it, brother.
Well, should we get you moving towards getting bandaged?
I think that's probably a good idea.
All right. Let's do that. And I'll help. I'll prop him up, and we'll move towards getting him some help.
Okay, sounds good. Are you going to rely kind of on the rest of your unit? Because it is technically your battalion, Paul, are you going to rely on like the rest of your units to take this Roman Aeolus captive?
Yeah, I mean, unless he's specifically requesting like the leader to take his sword or something like that, I'll make sure my brother's taken care of before I deal with any of that.
Makes sense. Just want to clarify. Okay, and then I'm gonna.
Just a
So-
question: would I get a check for that the medical success?
Yeah, I think that's important enough, and I
Okay.
think I'd like to give, like, whenever there's a melancholy, there are some minor benefits to that too. Let me just read what they are. It's supposed to be like a character moment. So you obviously, like, you're gonna have -5 tier rolls for, what was it, 6 days, right?
Yeah.
You gain 25 glory for going into melancholy.
Okay.
And then obviously it's just a moment for character change or character growth.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about how this is gonna go for him.
I think it's the cavalry that end up kind of surrounding and taking Aeolus captive, and then afterwards, because you guys remember you were on one side of the city, and then there were the other of your Cornovii people that were surrounding the other parts of the city. So you're not quite sure where they are, but you've taken the main, you've routed the main army. So the surrenders are going up. Maybe we'll get a moment where the three of you come back together now. I think it's probably useful. Arian wins there, Tegwin's there, Mad Dog, Helen, and Darren. I should just roll on them just to see how they did that last round, because that, if someone flobbed it. Ooh, Darren flobbed it, but he can survive that. So Darren takes a wound, but he's still standing. Halwyn was pretty wounded. Mad Dog was oddly fine for the battle.
It's about right.
As he is, yeah.
Yeah. All right, and yeah, we can bring the three of you together. Why don't we just say it's like inside of? Do you want it to be slightly outside of the walls or in the walls? What would make more sense?
Maybe outside the wall, since I was kind of getting Gwyn out of there. Or maybe just inside the wall on our way out, because he was in there.
Yeah.
Or Corn was there as well. Either one kind of makes sense. Just outside, just inside.
Sure. Why don't we just say just outside the walls?
Sure.
You know what? I'll say just in, because just in is like a more victorious scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get to watch the city surrendering.
I'll ride up to them, and I probably look a bit tired, but I've always got a big smile on my face, and I say, "Hail, cousins! It's good to see you all in one piece still, more or less." And I kind of cock my head at Gwyn a bit. So
It's your first sight of me. Yeah.
We'll have to get some stories behind those scars.
Yeah, I'll say I smile a bit. Like I'm gonna say your character Dave always like makes me laugh, at least makes me laugh, or something like that, which is what I kinda need right now. So
I give the setting appropriate phrase of chicks dig scars, and that we'll make sure we put some stories and songs to those, and you'll be reaping the wenches in the bars in no time. So
yeah, I appreciate that.
You know what's funny is I think before Flint had Gwyn go up on the wall, I think he said that exact same thing last session. Chicks
He did,
dig
yeah.
scars.
I did. Yeah. Chicks dig scars.
Yeah, there you go.
Tagwin's going to be super popular.
Good to see you too, Corin. I'm glad.
Yes.
I'm glad that the people that I care about made it through this battle. It was well fought on all ends. It wasn't easy, but it was well fought.
Indeed, a glorious victory for our people to reclaim these lands.
Bob, I'm gonna
Yes,
call Hallwin over. Is he around?
Yeah, he's around. Yep.
I'm gonna call him over and like extend my hand and then give him a hug and just thank him. Like I'm like
Stab him in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's still not over that, but it's more of his problem. He doesn't put any of that on Hallwin at all. He just is like, it should have been me. But
Right.
for Hallwin's sake, he does say, I'm just gonna give him a hug and say, like, I appreciate you did me a great service and vanquished him, the enemy, and I'll just talk a little bit about that. But he's not, again, he is sort of a little downtrodden, obviously, but he does want to it's important for him to say thank you, and he avenged me, and he certainly won't ever forget it.
He says, you fought well, brother. I'm glad that you're still here.
Thank you.
I'm going to bring Hallwin in. Oh, sorry, Flint. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I'm just going to say that he's like, I've been, watched you, and you are an impressive warrior, and I'm proud to stand by you in the battle.
You are as well. We never would have made it up those ladders if you hadn't cleared the way.
He'll just nod.
And he looks over to Tegwin and says, and if Tegwin didn't take so many of the arrows.
I'm just gonna kind of give Hallwin a little as well. Just kind of say quietly, like, thank you for coming to our aid and helping me save our brother.
What else is family for?
Indeed, brother.
Mad Dog comes over and probably slaps Gwyn too hard on the shoulder that just got
right on it, right on his wound.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try my best to not react, even though I think he probably will be like, oh,
yeah,
like just a cringe. But I'm gonna try really hard to stifle that.
Yeah, and Helen and Darren are getting patched up because I think Tegwin, Helen, Darren, Arian, Wynn, and Gwyn have quite noticeable wounds on them, and then. I think
yeah, right.
Yeah. So it wasn't for a lack of scars that you guys took. It's just no one got completely killed. Gwyn came awfully close, but luckily that wasn't a critical. So it would have been a lot worse.
I'll say that to our sister too. I'll be like Aaron Wynn. Like I'm like, as usual, you fought well.
I guess I should have stayed on my horse. If I stayed on my horse, I probably would have done better. Just kind of contemplating her sword failures.
Horses don't climb ladders, though, sister.
Dave's like, horsewoman, huh?
Yeah, I flash her a smile and say next time through the gates with me. So I'm still not completely bothered that she's kind of my cousin.
Yeah. So I think when you say that to her, she's like, yeah. She looks back to Kian and is like, on second thought, I think the ladders are for me.
Oh.
Good times.
I guess you'll have to work on your sword play, Corin.
A spear and a horse for me. Wordplay, perhaps.
Yeah. Mad Dog says, rumor has it that's what he was doing all last night, visiting those other camps.
Yeah, I'll
neither confirm nor deny these accusations.
And Mad Dog, you look as if you have not a scratch on you. Well done.
I feel left out.
I stab him.
Right? Yeah, no kidding. Just punch him in the face.
I'm pretty sure he gets snapped me in half. So.
Maybe that's what what he does? He's like, I feel left out. He walks over to one of the Roman soldiers. It's like in prison and just headbutts him, and then he's got like blood on his face from like
A little mark,
from the
yeah.
headbutt.
Oh, that feels better.
Yeah,
Nice.
sounds like Mad
That's
Dog.
great.
Yeah, absolutely. Geneva Convention.
I love Mad Dog, man.
All right. So I think we'll probably move to if we're done with the aftermath. Maybe we'll get you all to do some intrigue tests. Flint, remember you're -5 for now because we're not skipping time yet. So it'll be like in the immediate like evening.
Intrigue, you say? I'm really good at this.
I'm so good at intrigue.
I'm normally good at intrigue.
You're still better than me with your minuses.
I would have passed you without that -5. Fuck.
Son of a bitch.
We all failed, Bob.
Blissfully unaware.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, say you go into the meeting unaware. The meeting will be held in. Remember the central house that you met in
Yeah.
prior.
Beast was.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be there with. So the Romans are taking prisoners, and we're gonna set you guys into like a meeting locale. But I gotta clear like all the crap that's on here. So give me a second.
Sure.
Maybe I don't. I'm gonna duplicate it. That's the at-home feast. That's actually useful. That one. Just grabbing the NPCs too. For now, I'll transfer you over so you can see it. And we'll bring in the other groups. I thought I had a place where I had all those NPCs. Apparently I didn't. To start. You know, maybe we should do a feast. What do you guys think? Should we do a feast? Little one?
Sure.
We
That
do
way-
a feast.
That way we can get
Probably
some
makes sense.
glory and some stuff going on and whatnot. It's gonna be like a victory feast. Okay, I will add more NPCs as we go. This is House Killdeer, and I need to get the stupid name of the other house. I will have icons prepared in the future so that we don't have to do this manually. Let me grab the rounds and stuff. Make this a short one. make it 2 rounds. Above the salt. Near the salt. Below the salt. Okay. So I need you all to make your appearance rolls. For you, you're still getting that -5 to everything right now, Flint.
Yep. Okay, so appearance rolls, is that what you said?
Yeah, app. You're gonna roll app.
-5. Oh, I made it. Holy shit.
Nice.
Maybe this is just a thing where for Paul, how close is yours? It was a failure. I think what we'll say is, you know what? There's no way I can justify. You're just not going to get a geniality for sitting there, but we gotta welcome the house head there. It just makes sense for this scene. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, and Gwyn and Corin, you're all near the salt, not above the salt. So you're all seated together, I think.
Yeah.
All right, and before we begin, let me just set a few other NPCs here. So we've got the house Killdeer here. So let's set their names. This is Killdeer. This guy's male. She's Siri. Or Carrie, it might be. Carrie. And Rion. Alright, and then I'll just grab members of the other house here. So House Bryn. Okay, we're missing one from this house, but you get the general idea. There's this guy's the head. This is Bryn right here.
That's the sorcery house or whatever from the mountains.
Yes.
The Mountain Clan, yeah.
It's the Mountain Clan, Western family, Bryn of House Bryn.
Catherine, the beautiful sorceress.
Indeed. Okay. And I think with that, we can go into actions as we close out this one. Bryn has a wife. I don't know why her icon's not showing for me, but she'll be seated with like beside Bryn here. I'll find her while we're going. So we're gonna start with you, Kian. You get to decide what you want to do. So your options are like dance, flirt, intrigue. You can give like, because you're one of the heads here, you can give like a rousing like speech. You can also game. That's another thing you can do. That's about it right now. There aren't cards yet. in the feast.
I think I'm gonna flirt.
Are you?
Yeah,
Katrin?
it's gonna go poorly. Yeah, Catherine.
Okay. Let's see it.
We'll see if any of my lessons were lost on him.
Are you gonna passion yourself first?
Dave's over there like a proud parent.
No.
No, not that way. No.
Not that way.
You got
No,
the
not
op-
that way. That's not what I said.
I know I'm bad at it, but I give it the old college try anyways.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it just comes off maybe a bit more abrupt than you intended, and you're like, oh man. And you know, it seemed really, really smooth when Corin was doing it. It just didn't sell well for you.
You got the pickup line completely backwards.
I'm good at killing things, not
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Noted. You do get a genealogy regardless because you're near the salt. And then we'll go to Gwyn.
Oh, what is Gwyn gonna do? I don't know. Like, part of me wants to say he would do very little. I certainly wouldn't flirt, and I would dance.
Listen to rumors.
Yeah. Okay, Bob. Yeah, you listen to rumors.
Intrigue,
Is that an intrigue?
Yeah, -5.
-5. Yeah.
Which might explain you doing nothing. Like, you know what I mean? It's like if you fail, it's like, oh, you didn't fail though. You still overhear
I
something.
did not.
Okay, this is good.
Nice.
So
Yeah, that's what you do, because I'm not in any sort of partying or festive mood at all.
you hear someone like nearby Killdeer. One of his men comes in, and Killdeer kind of looks over his shoulder, and you know with that mark, it's like, oh, he's trying to keep this secret. So you listen in a bit.
So I pay attention. Yeah.
Killdeer says, "Have we found him yet?" And the guard says, "No, he seems to have slipped away. He's either hiding in the city or he's managed to escape."
Huh. Do I have any idea who he might be talking about?
Do you have I can't remember if you have a directed trait yet. Do you have a directed trait towards anyone?
I don't think I do. Oh yeah, I do. Suspicious against Picts.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if we added something for the Romans or not for you. I think with the successful intrigue roll, and because you probably have this person on your mind from your last encounter with them.
Okay.
And because you don't know, like, his unit wasn't the one you were facing, you think it might be Zeno.
The person they're talking about?
Yes.
Who's Zeno again? Sorry, I completely am blanking on that.
The
Was the guy who brought us
The
to?
assassin, right?
Yeah. Well, he's the leader.
He's the leader guy.
Who sicked the assassins on the other leaders.
Yes. Okay. Zeno. So they're looking for him, and they haven't found him. That's what I think.
Yeah. So he's the son of Aeolus, right? This guy, the main guy that you captured, is like a pretty powerful Roman. So him escaping would not be ideal, or, it just leaves room for bad stuff to happen with him on the loose, right?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And with that, you will get to geniality, and then we go to Corin.
I'm gonna let Kian know that immediately.
Okay. We'll kind of do that in between the rounds. So
Sure. Yeah, whenever I can.
Yep. All right, Corin, you're up.
I'm definitely gonna flirt. My blood is up from battle, and I'm in a good mood because we're all together and we're victorious. And the only thing more glorious than battle is a lass or three.
Right? Noble or servant?
Do we have any nobles that aren't like attached to somebody?
Yeah. There would be like a bunch here. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah. I'll go noble.
Yeah. I think the middle, like a lot of the middle ladies come in for this. Like,
Okay.
they were in the support units. Actually, you know what? I think we purposely left your mother behind so she's not here, right? The mother of Kian. But everyone else kind of brought their, their wives and womenfolk in support of their armies. So,
Yeah, it makes sense.
or in your case, you just got your sister fighting in the front lines with you. So
Yeah.
and there are probably a few more, especially in the Cymric people. There are a few more women fighting right now.
Yeah.
So,
Excellent.
yeah.
All right. We're flirting it up. Can I? I guess it doesn't really matter. I was gonna say I could test. I've got hospitality and it's fairly high, and there's not really many times to test it, so I don't know whether
Yeah,
hospitality would be a.
now's a great time. Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't really work in battle, so.
No, it's not like you're trying to like sleep with the king's wife and rolling hospitality to try and do
Yeah.
so. So you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
You're a pagan. You're being merry.
All right.
This is all
Okay.
good.
All right. Got hospitality, so I will roll my flirting with a +5.
Make sure
Whoa!
you
All the things happen. Sorry.
you'll tick hospitality too. Does it happen
Oh, okay.
during a
Oh,
feast?
sure. Okay.
And tick intrigue if you haven't.
Oh, tick intrigue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. I have flirted successfully.
Okay. All right. Intentions being so you can tick flirting. Are you intending to take someone to bed?
Yeah. He's
After
just
the
like
feast?
after battle and the
Yeah.
feast and stuff. He's just
Yeah.
like he's always ready and raring to go. But especially I think just testosterone and everything would be running high after all that. So
Makes sense. Okay, so you get 2 geniality for that.
Is he Bob? Just as an aside, do I see Corin talking to some particular lass?
Yeah, you do.
I'm gonna walk by because I'm kind of just like listening for rumors and stuff as I walk by. If I see that it's going well or whatever, I'm gonna say to her, I'm just gonna walk by and say, "You should have seen him in battle. It was absolutely glorious."
Right.
nice.
Yeah, I'll be like, his
My
his
wingman.
his skills are unmatched, and then I'll just keep walking. I just like really quick, let it hang there, and then off I go.
Clint, do you have love family ticked?
No,
I think you lost it, but I think like with the way you're role playing, I think you'll tick it at least because it might go up again automatic.
that's awesome.
You're definitely getting a high five later. Yeah.
Yeah, I think and the reason I did that is because like my family, including Dave, like everybody just really rallied around him after, and that really bolstered his spirits for sure. Like he's still feeling really bad about what he couldn't accomplish, but as far as everybody else, he's like, look at these people, like they're pretty great.
I think in the case of that battle to everyone, we should add like a siege skill to your sheet at 1 just for being there.
Should we add it under combat skills?
Yeah.
And just put add and then write siege?
Yeah.
And then put it at 1?
Yeah. Just automatically, because rather than ticking it, like you can't roll under a 1, so you're gonna automatically get it at 1 at the end of the year.
Okay.
And then make sure you all have your primary weapon ticked for that battle.
Right. Got it.
So with that, we're back to. I guess we have Gwyn sync up with Kian now with what he heard, right?
Yeah, so I'll let Kian know. I'll just reiterate that stuff. Well, Paul heard it anyway, but I'll say that, yeah, that's what I heard. It's quite interesting.
It seems that we may have some hunting to do.
I think so. That's exactly what I was thinking. If he's to be found here, we should do it soon.
Yes, indeed. Before he escapes. But if he escapes, we can hunt him then, too.
Agreed.
I feel like we still have a score to settle with him and his ilk.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go to the new round of that, and this will be like the end of our session, last round. We'll start with Kian.
I'm just gonna make a toast to everyone.
Okay.
So I'll just say, like, not too long ago we were here under the thumb of the Romans, and now we've freed our countrymen and made better lives for our families. So to everyone here, to us, to you, let's drink.
I'll raise my glass right after that.
Here, here.
Here.
Let's see how that goes over. Paul, if you want to make an oratory roll, add +1 because you have a geniality. If you fail, it doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means it's what we'd expect from. You know what I mean? It's not a Roman court.
Like
right
a standard, yeah.
Hey, look at that! Look at that!
Oh,
Nice.
buddy!
What do you know?
Yeah.
Look at you.
So there's
Pick it up.
there's a big cheer. Like people really dig
Goes
that.
over really well.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think we'll give you an additional geniality for that one too.
Nice.
Just makes sense, right? Like that's really public facing. So, and Killdeer, I think will get up like to stand beside Kian to speak next too. But we'll do that at the end of the round. I don't want to distract from Gwyn and Corin's actions. So we'll go to Gwyn next.
I think I'll stand up actually, and I'm already standing, but I think I think he would add to that. I think I'll stand up and I'll just be like, as all of you know, and I'll like kind of pan the room a bit. I'm like, when men go into battle, we all go knowing that it may be our last. And at one point, I thought that was that for me. But if it wasn't for the bravery, courage, and strength of the men seated here today, I might not be making this speech. So here's to all of you. My countrymen, I owe you all. Here's to another great battle in our near future. And I'll say to Cornovia, like whatever the normal, I guess that would be sort of like
to the Cornovii.
Yeah. Cornovians, yeah, and then I'll raise my glass again.
Okay. Give me an orate, Flint. Add your +2, and we're just gonna see like again, fumble is like the not bad condition. It will just play off like a little bit more morose, I think. Okay, yeah. So yeah,
yeah, and I'm gonna play that off to be like he's also not on his game. He's not doing his best, so he says it just comes across as that's what it is. That's all he cares about. Yeah.
Yeah, and people kind of, I think they respect it, right? Because the words themselves were good. So, I'll still get you another glory. And one track minded Corin, what are you doing for round 2?
Yes, I think so. Buddy is kind of getting up to say something after.
Yeah.
Ian. Okay. I think I don't know whether I can like delay my action or not, but I think once the serious speeches are done, like I might just start up a song of
Sure.
that all Cornovii would know, like a just a celebratory kind of something to bring us all together. We're not all one family, but we're all one people. So just to kind of wrap up the feast, I guess.
Right. I think Killdeer rises and he says, "My brethren, families, we've done something great this day. We've cast aside a history that wishes no interest in us any longer. And we have our own future ahead to forge. It starts with deciding what to do with this city. And we will need to make that decision come winter. But for now we will work together in this city to keep it from falling to rubble." And with that, he raises his glass. "To those that triumphed this day, and to our fallen friends and allies, brothers and sisters, may they find their freedom in the afterlife." He kind of raises his glass.
Indeed.
You're here.
Here.
I'll raise my glass.
All right, and with that, we'll go to Dave. So you're gonna do like a song, right?
Yeah, just kind of a rousing kind of song that all Cornovii would be familiar with, just to kind of keep the spirits high. And
Got it. Sing or play and add +2 to it.
okay, let me just see. I have play, but it's harp at 2, so that's probably a bad idea. All right, I'll sing.
Okay. All right. There you go.
And as the singing dies off, I'll grab my lady's hand and we'll
Yeah,
abscond.
I think that kind of seals it.
He's like, well, done with that.
And we're out
Adieu.
later. And we end with Corin pulling away. Yeah.
Let's put my other skills to use.
Yes.
I think Griff of House Griff, just to close, will look to Kian and say, "So what now, Lord Kian? Do we have interest in this city?"
Absolutely. There's still some hunting to do. We have to find the people that could cause trouble for us and rout them.
He nods. All right, I think, guys, we can close with that. So 40 glory to Dave, 30 glory to Flint, and 30 glory to Paul for your geniality. That's how it translates.
Nice.
Sorry, say it again, Bob.
30 glory to Paul, 30 to Flint, 40 for Dave. It comes down to
Well
those
done,
successful rolls. Yeah.
Good job
Yeah,
not
good-
dying too.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
And let's get you the battle damage. So that went 5 rounds. Our battle glory, you get 300 glory each for the battle.
Ooh.
That's not counting any crits that you would have scored prior. And if you've forgotten to capture crit glory, we'll just have to kind of be more mindful of it in the future. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So add 300 more glory.
Yep.
That's a lot of glory.
Yep. Battles are full of glory, but they come with high risk, as we almost watched Gwyn drop
Yeah.
today.
Totally.
Like one of those dice rolled a little higher, and because basically the idea
Yeah.
is if you can't get the guy back to +1 by nightfall of the same day, they're dead,
Ah.
Yeah. Okay.
right? So falling in -1 is your perfect. Like if you're gonna go to the negatives, -1 is where you want to be because odds are you'll make it.
Yeah.
And you only get a D3 for that Squire or for that first aid roll unless you crit on it, and you get I think 1d3 plus 2 or something like that.
And Paul, you got your first aid ticked, right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, good stuff, guys. Sorry, the rolls can be brutal, but I think we still made some good stories out of it. So.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
That's
I'm
what makes it
actually
interesting.
really happy that happened. That
Yeah.
it did the way it did.
It kind of worked out in the long run. It just frustrating when it was happening. So
Seemed like it was going to be dicey for a second. I was going to watch my family die around me.
right?
Yeah, no kidding. Eh?
It looked really sketchy because like the whole family did bad that one round, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
after that one round or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. And then
I
everything.
mean, it's just because I got stabbed by that little dagger.
Yeah. That was quite the little stab too. That Archer got like, what did he do? Like 7 damage on you or something? That's pretty wild.
5, I think.
5. Still significant when you're wearing armor. Like, geez.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool guys. Well, thanks for playing.
All right, man.
See you next time.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
fun.
That was fun.
awesome, guys.
Yeah.
Have a
Hey,
great
take
one,
care.
guys.
Take care.